oddball, my super monstrosity. I'm not just another one, better wallaby. If you ain't a Bandicoot, you're a wannabe. Gotta thank Cortex for revolving me. Have I become a problem? Probably. Now that I'm on the run, nobody's stopping me. I'm coming for you, Tana. Do you want a piece? Spin until I'm dizzy and I knock your teeth out your mouth. There's a jump in any box I see. Looking for something sweet, anyone got a peach? What about a one for fruit? Give them all to me. Dr. Neo's evil plots will be obsolete when I crash this party. I'm leaving every single incompetent boss defeated. Then I'll execute a day's move flawlessly. With Aku Aku, I'll sock and bop. You're gonna start by stomping on Papu Papu. Knock Ripperoo off of a waterfall. A wall of Cobra, I've come to rock you. Say hello to my little friend. Pity that pinstripe isn't in trend. Yo, nitrous brio, you'll meet your end. Choking on a potion, you're second-rate henchman. Hawk, I'm a hoverboard and fly. Hawk, let me take you for a ride. Been back and forth in time and it has warped my mind. I gotten killed alive, but I'm not sure to lie. I've had more adventures than Francis Drake. And you can tell Nathan that I'm playing to stay. Cause I crash all night, crash all day. Crash by job, crash by name. I'm wound up like a tornado, babe. Just cut me loose and I'll go insane. Later I may take a snooze on the beat, but now's the time to move your booty to the Buddha Booga Boogie with me. Cortex, I've never been a fan of you. So when I grab a crystal and a gem or two, remember that you ain't a man I'd ever hand them to. So don't forget to put the crash in the Bandicoot. You met a couple of Kokomodos who like sword throwing, so I told them, no, I'm bigger than a ninja, now you're in my dojo.
Don't trust Cortex.
I know Coco.
Brother, what would you ever do without me? Your power, represented proudly. I'm a genius, equally sweet and mean. And I'm calling out geeks with PhDs. You're gonna wanna squash beef with me, or I'll let the guys up like TNT.
Keep it down, Coco, I really need the sleep. Oh, easy, Tiger, you don't wanna try me.
Well, tell everyone why they call you tiny.
Give me the crystals you've collected. Don't even get me started, engine. Trigger that missile that you filled your head with.
Wreck your mech, I bet that was expensive.
A Bandicoot ain't a pest to mess with.
If I end up dead, I get sent to heaven.
The best platformer resurrected.
But that doesn't mean we got one dimension.
Get a jetpack strapped on your back.
Even in zero grav, I'll drop your ass. Cause I crash all night.
Crash all day.
Crash play nice.
Crash insane.
Crash with pride.
Crash with shame.
Now it's time to
Masquerade. I'm wound up like a tornado, babe. Just cut me loose and I'll go insane. Later I may take a snooze on the beat, but now's the time to move your booty to the Buddha Booga Boogie with me.
Damn you, Bandicoot! By the end of my forehead, I will put an end to you!
Ha! The end of me you'll never get to see. I'll treat you and your friends with some entropy.
Entropy, you've met already?
That wasn't what I meant, just forget it, see.
Your head is massive, but I bet it's empty. That N looks more like an L, you get me?
Found a vortex warp in time. Now my brain is sort of fried. Gems and crystals mortified.
Hold it, those aren't yours, they're mine!
Jeepers, that's a freaky mask. Still, it's not as creepy as the ugly mug that Neo has.
Taking a trip to a medieval past. Found a tomb in Egypt, went deep in that. Wish I was a greaser, cause I'm feeling fast. To run these streets and I'm speeding past. Even faster than a supersonic hedgehog. Y'all better make like Sega, get lost. That goes for the plumber too. Yo Nintendo, I got your number, dude. Never quit running my mouth. Just like at the competition, I'll be running them out. Think or die, why do you like playing with fire? When I put you on ice, you should try staying retired.
Dr. Cortex, that's your plan, right? After we kick your ass again, right?
Now your mask and mine will clash. Buckle up, motherfucker, it's time to crash. I'm wound up like a tornado, babe. Just cut me loose and I'll go insane. Later I may take a snooze on the beat, but now's the time to move your booty to the Buddha Booga Boogie with me.
Greetings, my excellent friends. Are we ready for a probable mistake? This is either going to go fine or be extremely upsetting. Now, you've heard me say before that I am a Spyro kid, right? My childhood is replete with playthroughs of the original Spyro trilogy. I even owned Enter the Dragonfly, which is a bucket of shit, and A Hero's Tale, which I didn't get into as a kid, but I am to understand is a pretty decent game. It's just a bit different from the others. And I even owned the first of the Legend of Spyro trilogy, which was different again, and I didn't mind it, but obviously I didn't complete it and I didn't get the rest. But the original Spyros were my thing, and I wasn't a Crash Bandicoot kid. I remember a friend of mine in primary school had it, one of them, and I think it was the first one maybe, and I tried that. We did own Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. I don't know why we got that one. Probably because we got Crash Bash and enjoyed that, but we never had the racing game. We never had 1 and 2. But I had Warped as a kid, and I don't remember much from back then, past Tiny the Tiger, which was the first boss. So there was a little bit of playing it. I remember specifically playing it with my mother. She's not much of a gaming person, but back in the old days of PlayStation 1 and platformers and bright happy things, she would play those. She liked Zelda a lot, which is funny because I didn't get that into Zelda either as a kid. But I'm talking about like NES Zelda. Anyway, last year though, this trilogy was on sale for cheap, and I bought it thinking, oh, that'd be funny to stream, possibly a mistake, but at the very least, you know, it's engaging. Then I thought about it, and I had a, shall we say, better idea for how to prepare myself for this, and that idea was to play, in my own time, the originals, like on emulator, which I did last year, late last year, probably August, September, something like that. So I went through the games, and I do have a basic understanding of how they work. However, I went through them with the power of save states, so I didn't really complete them. Which Snip could attest to. I think he was there when I was doing a Platinum Relic on Crash 2 or 3. It was the racing one. I was making liberal use of reloads. So, this is not a blind run of the Crash trilogy. I've never touched the remake, but I have, as I say, last year quite deliberately went through the originals because I know myself. And I know that if I tried to blind run this, I would enjoy it a lot less. I would feel a lot more stress from the lack of experience, whereas being able to have a first run through the series with the save state guardrails on means I know what's coming, I know which parts are horrible and which parts are okay, so I'm going to worry less. But I'm still going to have to work to accomplish these because they don't package the remake with save states. This isn't a Konami collection with fucking Castlevania where they give you incredible cheaty tools. No, we just get a game here. Yeah, and as Guan has pointed out, we bring back an old Nightbot system we used to have back when I played more games for which it was relevant, which is a tracking death counter. And right now it simply reads that I have not yet died in Crash Bandicoot, but that will change quickly. So every time I fall, Guan will increment the counter, and we'll see how many times in each of the trilogy's games we die. Although I'm not sure what to do necessarily with the bonus, because there's I think a bonus level in 1 and a bonus level in 3. I guess we'd just add them on, but like, I feel like Stormy Ascent is gonna... Because I've not played those. Those ones I've never played, because they weren't in the... Well, Stormy Ascent was, but you had to sort of break in. Anyway. How many times did I die playing Fallout 4? Yeah, there's a list of commands for different games from back in then. So yeah, a couple of things. Am I going for 100%? I don't know. I'm not ruling it out, but what does 100% mean? It doesn't necessarily mean Platinum Relics, which are the time trial. Platinum Relics are not needed for 100%. They are a bonus. I did get them with save states in the last year, but again, with save states. Gold relics are where the completion hits, both for achievements and for in-game. So, give those a go. Also, the first 2 games on PS1 don't have relics. But they do in this version, even though they weren't designed for speed clearing. So that's potentially horrifying and might kill me. If I look at the achievements for this game, most of them are in the 20 to 30% range at max. Like, you've got a couple of achievements that are very common, but it splatters way down really quickly. So most people who play this game don't play it to completion. Let's see how that goes. There is an achievement that just says die, so that one should be easy to get. Although only 50% of people have it, which I find a bit sus. Less people have it than there are people who have defeated Papu Papu. Is that for real? 10% of people got as far as Papu Papu without dying once and then proceeded to stop playing the game, I guess. I don't know. My usual understanding is that the relics are tackled once you finish the main game, but hard to say. I'm stalling now because I'm scared. But yeah, we'll see how this goes and how much struggle there is. I know that the physics are a little different in this version. So playing it, getting practice on the previous versions might backfire. However, that practice came almost a year ago, so there has been enough of a gap that my brain remembers the stuff that should come in handy for making it less daunting, but my hands hopefully don't remember exactly where the jumps are supposed to go, and then I can adapt to the new world order. So let me hit the play button and see what occurs. I did launch it, so it does work. I'm not sure where I'm going to keep the camera. Right now it's in the Slay the Princess position, but that might move, obviously.
Activision presents a smashing blast from the past. Developed by Vicarious Visions.
Oh, there's the old Crash.
It's Crash Bandicoot!
Behold the polygons. Okay, so the first problem is the controller is not responding. That doesn't fill me with joy. Enable Steam input. That did not make it suddenly work. I was hoping it would. Perhaps if I relaunch it will work. When was the last time I used my control? It wasn't that long ago. It is plugged in, isn't it? I'd almost be happy if it wasn't, because that would make it faster to fix a potential problem. But no, it is in fact plugged in. Let me unplug it, replug it, so that it can be announced that the controller exists, perhaps. It just made a rumble. Oh, there we go. Steam is now recognizing it, which is good because it wasn't before. So hopefully that then translates to the game recognizing it.
Activision presents a smashing blast from the past.
Can we not skip this at all?
Developed by Vicarious Visions.
Press Y to skip. There we go. Press A to begin. Haha! The controller works. Crisis averted. Okay.
It's Crash Bandicoot!
Let's go to options and start thinking about the audio levels. I don't see audio anywhere here. Why the hell not? Are we kidding? Huh. Well, we have visual settings and controller settings, and if you have any problems with the sound, you can fuck yourself. In-game specific. Ah, right, because all the options here...
It's Crash Bandicoot 2! Cortex strikes back!
I don't think it's that bad. I am coming in louder on the, It's not looking like it's overpowering me or anything, but fine-tuned control is still a good idea. That's interesting. So the whole soundscape changes when I swap from game to game, does it?
It's Crash Bandicoot Warped!
That's the music I remember. Anyway. We can look at in-game options once we get there. What I want to point out for my own enjoyment is that voice actor for Cortex there, that is Lex Lang, who has been Cortex since, I think, 2005 or so. He replaces the guy who was Cortex in the original trilogy, unfortunately. They didn't get him back for this. That's Clancy Brown, who, I think he's a SpongeBob guy. I don't know, I wasn't a SpongeBob kid. But he's a lot of things, both in voice acting and on camera. Clancy Brown was in John Wick 4, of all things, as the judge guy that was overseeing the duel at the end. Tall guy with a beard. He was in Dexter, one of the bad ones, I think. He was one of the killers that Dexter took out. Not the most recent series, which is apparently good again, but one of the middle ones that they brought back that wasn't as popular. He was in Daredevil. He was in a lot of stuff. Anyway, Lex Lang, meanwhile, the guy we're actually listening to, most recently we heard him in Dynasty Warriors 7 as Zhuge Liang, the calmest man alive. So it's quite the jump going from that to Cortex, I must say. Anyway. No better place to start than at the beginning.
But, Dr. Cortex, we haven't determined the cause of past failures.
Moron! This Bandicoot will be my general, and he will lead my Cortex commandos to world domination. This time, I shall reign triumphant.
I think that's Maurice LaMarche as
Closer
Brio.
than ever before. Quickly, into the vortex.
Dr. Cortex, the vortex is not ready. We have no idea what it could do.
Failure again. Capture him!
Uh-oh.
Prepare the female Bandicoot.
Well, that's a little sinister. So yeah, Crash Bandicoot 1, it's, look, I'm glad I played the PlayStation 1 version, because they definitely overhauled that cutscene a bit. They didn't change too much, but it felt a lot more polished. not just visually, but like in terms of storytelling, I'm like, oh yeah, that was a proper setup. Okay, scientists mutated a Bandicoot. He escaped. There's a woman. I don't know if she beat somebody up in the original or not, but it's cool that she did here. That is not his sister Coco. That's his girlfriend, who they cut from the sequels because, I don't know, they didn't like the vibe. You were very disappointed as a kid when you finally saw a real Bandicoot? Oh yeah, they look nothing like this. Mutated or otherwise, you know? Snip, the only thing you know Lex Lang for is a few years ago he made some woke police... Oh, yeah, no, Lex Lang's politics aren't great. I heard about that recently where he said something pretty garbo. I didn't bring that up because it ain't fun, but yeah, no, there's some issues there. Alright, what do we got? We have game options and system options. There we are. We have a big progress thing with our gems, 26, keys, 2, which I think those are just 2 very specific collectibles that unlock 2 bonus optional missions that you can't get to otherwise. Got your time trials and your relics. I want to point something out about Crash Bandicoot 1 for the PlayStation 1 that is not the case in this game, mostly. Crash Bandicoot 1, well, like the basic idea of a Crash Bandicoot level is you want to break every box in the level, and if you do, you'll get a gem at the end, right? You don't have to do that to finish the level. You just have to finish the level to get to the end of the game. But the completion is getting the gems, which involves breaking every box in the level. In the first game, as almost like a side effect of the way it worked, I think, more so than a deliberate... Although it could have been. You had to do it without dying, is the crux. Because when you died, all the boxes you broke went back to normal. They returned. I think if you died early enough that you could go break everything from the start again, you could circumvent this. But I think that was it. But the general situation was you had to 1 life every mission in the game. I do not think I could do that without save states. Thankfully, that's not the case here. With the exception of, I think, 6 levels, which have special gems, which do require you to not die. Those are going to be a problem. But otherwise, yeah, it's a bit kinder in this redo. Second and third never had that issue. It was just a Crash Bandicoot 1 thing. All right, we have the traditional sliders for music, sound effects, and speech. So let's turn music down to a good old 6 and sound effects down to a good old 6 and leave speech where it is. That's what I normally do. And complain at me if anything is too quiet or too loud, because now we can fix it. And then here's the overall options that we had before. So that's it, yeah, but for some reason the audio is game specific. I don't know. Alright, do I remember how this works? We have a jump button. Short tap jumps, longer hold jumps, complete with a flip, okay. Nothing on circle, because, yeah, the sequels give you something to do with circle. I believe the first game, you just have the jump and the spin, and that's it. Good luck, motherfucker. Triangle makes those appear. Okay, that's our lives, our fruit, which you get 100, you get an extra life. I think that's it. You don't need to collect the fruit. And the box count. Okay. Does the speech slider adjust with woes? I don't know. Yes, it does. Is that you working off of memory there? And as you can see, I'm not making any efforts to go fast here, but I am just sort of appreciating the look. But yeah, the reason why as a kid I didn't like Crash, even when I picked up Warped, I was like, this isn't as good as Spyro. It's because of this locked-in, raily sort of nature of it. Whereas in Spyro, you have a full 3D environment to run around in, which makes the game a lot easier, but it wasn't just that. It just felt better to me. Bye-bye. There's our first Ooda Booga. What you do remember is on the original PS1, both buttons made you spin. That's correct. And that worked to my detriment, because when I played the first game, I wound up getting used to spinning on circle, and then when it changed to being square only, I was... So I'm actually kind of glad that they don't have it work here, because that's going to make me not sabotage my future. And then the L and R buttons do absolutely nothing, because this game is simple and existed in a time when there weren't even joysticks when Crash Bandicoot 1 came out, which is why the D-pad and the joystick both move you, because there's no need for the button otherwise. Dragons are cool. Bandicoots are not cool. You can walk outside and see a bandicoot. You can't walk outside and see a dragon. You can't walk outside and see this motherfucker. He's a bandicoot in name only. You are kidding me that thing hit me. Damn it, I didn't... balls. Ugh, out of practice. Does this thing turn solid later or something? Or turn not solid later? Motherfucker! Okay, I'd need to... I get it. Get it! It's a shame because the 3 masks comes in handy for something down here. We get our first route split. Left is a simpler one. The end of the level is right there. But here's where I think I'm going to die. So I'm going to try to do this, but it's a lot easier with the three masks, which is temporary invincibility. So you get here, you hit that, now we have these boxes, and we need to break them. So we need to inch jump. Not like that. So now take a look at deaths. There we go. Yeah, it's overwritten the way it was supposed to. Okay. The gravity when not holding jump looks jankier than you remember. Yeah, well. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's just a matter of just inching yourself forward and hoping you don't do that! I got the achievement Spin Doctor. In a single level, spin an enemy into another enemy twice. So this is where the tedium sets in. Because it's you've got the challenge, which is fine, but then you have to run up to it each time, which is unfun. For God's sake! Gotta stop to get all these fruit, because eventually I'll need the lives. I don't know why you jumped from 1 to 3, but hold it. Just don't set it up for the next inevitable death. Yeah, like now. Because it's a pit, the mask ain't saving me. One option is to give up and to redo the level and try to keep the masks. Because that might be the only way I'm accomplishing this. Or maybe I'll just do it the next time. Come on, motherfucker. Okay. Okay. 46 out of 49. That's because there's 2 back here, but I didn't. I stopped grabbing these before on account of failing too much. Bang! There we go. Wasn't so hard. Cost me several lives, but it wasn't so hard. Perfect. Gem. 3% complete. Just need to do 97 more of that. I reckon we've got this. Now loading the Wumpa Islands. That's different. Oh, that's probably Stormy Ascent. Stormy Ascent is now available. Yeah, no thank you. Oh, we can go right there? Why? Anyway, I've got an autosave slot, several regular save slots. I don't know why saving is not the A button, but whatever. There you go. 3%. He looks happy about it. Okay. 34 seconds to get the Sapphire Relic. They let you do Stormy Ascent right at the beginning because it's a bonus. Yeah, it's like when a game has DLC that you, by the design of the game, can't access until you've leveled up enough and gotten a character through the main campaign. But because it's paid DLC, they feel obligated to let you access it as soon as you buy it. So they might give you like a pre-leveled character, like a quick start option that just takes you straight to the DLC. Which I never touch that sort of thing because it's, you know, not really designed to work that way, but it's there for the sake of the money. Now, I don't know if Stormy Ascent was paid, but they still use that procedure. So if I hit this button, yeah, it takes me to basically the end of the game. This is Cortex's tower at the end of the game. So that's just a teleport. No, I am not going to do Stormy Ascent right now. Thank God Sam isn't here to yell at me for that. What I might do though, let's rip the Band-Aid off, and I'm not gonna pathologically go for the Platinum Relic straight away, but what I do remember now, this speed boots thing you're talking about, it's not in this game. Crash Bandicoot 2, they added the speed boot bonus at the end for the Platinum Relics, but in this game, because the platforming is more precise and bouncy, the conclusion they came to was that it wouldn't help. That it would probably just kill you more because you'll fall into more of the many, many pits. There's less situations, or not enough situations in this game where running and sprinting actually benefits. So I think the idea is just that they made it so that the relic times were achievable under the normal conditions. Not under, yeah. So for Crash Bandicoot 2, definitely you wait for the speed boost, but here you can get them whenever. Doesn't mean I'm going to try and get them all immediately, but it's the first level, right? Let's give it a go. Get back in the swing of things. The good news is dying in a relic challenge, I think, doesn't count against your lives. Does any of those light up? No. Okay, well. It also gives you a quick restart button, which you don't have normally. Well, if none of these count, then I'm going to get the fruit out of them. There are 4 deaths? I'll trust you. I don't know. This game's going to have a lot of them, and they're going to come quickly, so it's going to be a community effort. Oh, you put to 3 for one because you missed one. I don't know. I just saw that there wasn't a 2 counter, so I was like, that doesn't sound right. Anyway, yeah, no sprinting, no running, just go. And these yellow boxes are now time freezes for exactly this shit. Okay, well I want that, because that's a 3-second time freeze. Fuck! Got it. Okay. Damn it. Alright, now we're invincible. This is the world famous triple Aku. You can still fall down a pit though. Like that. Now here's an interesting question. Is that a death? Because I didn't lose a life. Because we can say that it is, but do we want to track the difference between relic deaths and regular deaths? Or do we not care? What do you think? Because we have to make that decision now. I would say that if I hit the restart button, it doesn't get counted. But right now we have 4 deaths in regular play and we have 1 death in relics. Do we just call them all deaths, or do we... Because I don't have a separate command for relic tracking right now, but I can set one up, but it would probably be better to do that afterwards if someone could. You would say count it separately. Could Guan or somebody just make a note of how many relic challenge deaths we get right now today, and then once I finish the stream I can get another tracker. So yeah, don't count restarts, do count dying, I think is fair. Because yeah, it doesn't lose you a life, and it's not the same idea. Right. That way. Don't fall like an idiot like that. And then... Invincible. Just don't fall down a pit. It's pretty simple. Up and up we go. Yeah, we'll see how well we do when I get to the end. Oh, they don't spawn fast enough for me to just bolt. Cool, good to know. I, was somewhat given to hubris in my invincibility. But hey, I'm getting faster. That counts for something, right? By the time I actually finish this bastard thing, it'll be faster than it would have been before. You know, I could go the other way. I don't recall if it is better or worse to go this way versus the other way. So let's just go this way. I think there's more time saves down there. That is platinum, not gold. What is gold? First of all, Gav. Why did my relic disappear? Sorry, you took too long entering your name. We took your relic away. That chasm has taken you out 7 times. In both situations? Well, Sapphire's not enough. That's the problem. 31. I need 28, 26. Okay, that's not good. That's concerningly fast. I'm not gonna stick here until I get it definitely, but I am gonna try at least a little bit more because I'm interested enough. Okay, it's things like that. It's things like, oh, I missed that. Let's restart for it. Pff, I cannot land on that thing, apparently. Oh yeah, no, that's definitely Sapphire. You can tell by the blue. Really? At the very least, I need to perfect the beginning. I can't be accepting subpar doubling back in the first 10 seconds. That's it. Well, kind of. It wasn't perfect. There was a bit of a bounce, but whatever. Same with that. That's not perfect either, but it's alright. I think I have to go this way. I don't know. Right, because if those two are both 3 seconds, then that's a 6-second save. Which is probably more than you can afford to lose. Fuck off. Huh? Oh, I guess it went. Damn. You also have to be fast enough that you don't fall off of it. So then what is the fucking... I need to be slow enough that I don't outpace it, but fast enough that I don't die. I think I have to, like, wait a second after I've started it to appear before I go. Alright, I have to wait longer than that. Bad. Good news is the relics are totally optional because they were added on. The bad news is I've never met optional content I didn't want to do anyway. Oh my god, get up there. Alright, that was atrocious, but I'm still invested in whether I can complete this pit, because I haven't been able to do it. I think I have to jump? I don't know. This is mental. I just... $28.05, is that enough? Gold! Oh! I don't know why I can't go up. It would be faster to get to V from A going up. Watch Platinum be 28.0, it isn't. It is 25.76. Okay, now this one is going to be a lot less completion-y for the best of my knowledge, because this is the first level that requires a gem from later in the game. Wait, no, not load. God. Save. Oh, load is the button I would go for. That's... I don't like that. Load is your main button and save is an off button. That's very, very poor. Because I'm going to mash and load something that I was trying to save. That's what's going to happen there. Anyway, Jungle Rollers. We need the green gem from later in the game in order to 100% this level. So we don't have to worry in this one, we can just faff about and get it done. Hint, spinning TNT is deadly. Note that I have a mask on me, because I came in with one. And there's no nitro crates in Crash 1, they got added in Crash 2. Which, if you're unfamiliar, TNT is exploding, damaging crate that, if you jump on it, 3-second count... Right, so they're killing themselves, cool. 3-second countdown, then blows up. If you spin it, it blows up immediately and hurts you. Nitro blows up immediately and hurts you no matter how you touch it, which means you need an alternative way to break those boxes, because you can't break them physically. God damn it. Ah, right. Bonus level tokens. Need to find 3 of those. And then we will get to go to a bonus level. I don't like the bonus levels. In the original game, the bonus levels were your save points, which is extremely strange. And so here we have the green gem platform. That's what we need later, which will send us upwards and let us get onto that metal box there. At least I think so. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, we can't get up onto that back thing from here. That would be a sequence break. I also hope you're not a fan of variable biomes, because this first Crash game is just jungle, jungle, jungle. Now, how the fuck do you do this without blowing yourself up? You have to spin, but you have to spin a very specific way. If you spin without jumping, you'll blow up the bottom one. If you jump too high and spin at the top of your jump, you'll blow up the top one. You need to just spin the middle one. That is not how you do it. That's interesting, that's new. The game would just take you to the bonus as soon as you got the third one, so I guess they added these to give you a bit of actual control. Also, possibly let you go back if you fail. So I think in Crash 1, if you failed the bonus, they just booted you back. And again, the bonus was your save point, so... Although there was also, there was also a thing about it not being... not requiring you to get all the boxes, whereas in this game it might. Anyway, this one's not too complicated. But yeah, the bonus levels have us reunite with our captured girlfriend. Never mind, she's gone. And that's that. It's not a save point anymore, obviously. Fuck you! It's fine, I didn't need those masks anyway. Never mind, I needed the masks. As an achievement for that, the achievement it just says die, but I guess it's dying specifically to the plant, because the achievement is called Feed Me! Anyway, that's another one for the death counter. For everyone playing at home. Never mind, that's 2 for the death counter. Okay, now I'm annoyed. Stop! God, Jesus! You can't spin them, right? Or can you? Okay, that makes it easier. Maybe I'll wait. Yeah, alright, you just spin them. Alright, that's... Okay, I was not familiar with your game, Piranha Plants. Anyway, this is what happens if you don't get all the boxes. The missing ones smack you on the head at the end. Yay. Not that I have much choice. It's the same case with this one. We need the yellow gem from the lab, which is a map at the very, very tail fucking end of the game, over near Stormy Ascent, on that big tower. So we're not going to get to 100% this one for a while either. Although I think you can relic try anything that you haven't already done. Do I bother? At least for now, while they're short. I'm not going to go for gold in all of them necessarily, but let's... First of all, let's look at this. None of those change or anything. Cool. The other interesting thing, if I get rid of you, does that take the obstacle out of my way, or do they just bring it back? You lose any masks that you grabbed before you hit the relic button. Oh, yeah, it does get rid of the TNT. Though. Yeah, spinning the plants is way better. Far less fatal. I don't know why I had it in my head that I couldn't. But I did. Damn it, I did not see that guy spawn in. I'm not going to take that mask. I think I'm just going to blow myself up if I do. Fuck! Okay, it's another one on the relic deaths. Get you out of the way. That was not good. Spawned too early. There's the one that fucked me last time. Hey, that worked! I thought it might. Alright. Damn it, Sapphire. Yeah, if you hit that when you have the two masks, if you do it right, then the invincibility is pretty necessary because it makes you faster. Not much in this game does. What does the gold need? How far off my... Oh, 49.06. I need a 48.12 for gold. Look, that's close enough that I want to try it. Still reckon getting rid of this first is a good idea. Alright, I definitely want that. If I take this, the mask stops being a mask. If I take this now, the mask disappears when I hit the timer. That's a factor of how the system works. That you can't benefit from it. Okay. Fucking... Ah, yeah, no, it works, it works. You don't have to worry. Okay. That was silly, though. I'd probably cost my time there. Yeah, too late. Can't restart from there. I did not mean to call myself but whatever. That's just to indicate my frustration with failing. This TNT box is annoying because it probably doesn't make too big a difference, but I still find it better to break. God damn it. Okay, there's a very specific... Let me just do that. Might cost me time in the actual run, but it saves me time in the waiting for it to begin. Over here. Keep running. Fuck. I can't afford that. I need the invincibility. There's no situation in which that's going to be workable. You do get into a rhythm doing this. I can see why people enjoy it. Because they're short enough challenges that the memorization is not too arduous. Yeah, that's good. It really does not matter when you hit that. You will get your full invids. 46-66, that's a goal. Oh my god, that ain't a goal! What? Does anyone know how many times I died during that? I think not many. I think it was failures, mostly. I think it was only one death. Which would be 9, like you said. Because you didn't count after that. So I think it was, yeah, it was a bunch of restarts and failures. No, says thank you for the 500 bits. Ragneck, thank you for the GG. I was not expecting a plat. That's nuts. What is the actual platinum timer? 46.89. I got 46.66. Huh. No, I don't want you to count restarts. It's just for dying. No, don't load. Oh my god. See, that's what I said. This is a terrible, terrible button. It shouldn't be save load on the same menu. It's gonna happen. I hope it doesn't happen after a relic win, but it's gonna fucking happen. Alright. So we're only gold on Insanity Beach, but I'm happy leaving a gold. The Great Gate. I don't like this type of level. I remember this type of level. There's a lot of side-scrolly, a lot of climby, and there are these really awful platform things that you have to run. Although I think the other one's worse. This one's not as bad. At least the autosave is there to autosave me. That's true. It is there to autosave me. You're right. Oh yeah, so we got these bouncers, which is fine. They are not here to kick me out of the club. There wasn't anything down... No. Plants and turtles yet again. That is effectively a death trap now. It is just there to crush you if you aim wrong. Hello, monkey. Goodbye, monkey. Goodbye, turtle. Goodbye, Audrey. I don't know why those crates were there. You don't have to bounce up to get that. Yeah, here's the bullshit. So these things, you spin them, they flatten for a little while, but then they go back to normal. And when you have 5 of them up a row, well, you'll see it later when I start hating life. But this is the type of mission I'd be very surprised to be able to relic, because I get slowed down a lot on these. Checkpoint. Bye, turtle. Bye, monkey. Motherfucker, motherfucker, I am a moron. You need that turtle. Unless I can bounce off of you. Nope. Nothing I can do about that. The good news is we can't clear this one anyway, so I don't have a great need to restart. If I did, I wouldn't have an option anyway. Nope. You jump, you spin. That's it. Sequels added the special powers. That's why this is generally considered the... Uh-oh. This is why this is generally considered the hardest one. Fucking how? There we go. This is the hardest one because of your lack of options, relatively. There we go. Alright, bonus. Now. I find it's not too hard to do those on side-scroll, comparatively. Very hard to do it going forward, as you well observed. But in side-scroll, not too bad. Hi, Tona. Bye, Tona. Yeah, fuck you too, buddy. Right at the end, we have our gem platform that we can't use yet. All it does is take us over this to the left side there. But I miss boxes. Because we can't do this one in full just yet. Now, do I relic this? I don't relish it, I tell you that. We'll give it a shot, but I'm not bothered if I can't get gold. We'll do one go and see how close I get to gold. But I'm probably not going to stick around. This is a comeback for a later one in my mind. But maybe. Still can't believe they never put Crash Team Racing on PC. There was something about that. Something about... Because, yeah, I didn't play the remake of that. I didn't love it. I played the original Racing, and I can tell that it is a very good quality game. It is also not... I shouldn't do that. I should check to see if any of those were listed. No. It is a very good quality game. However, the type of game it's trying to be doesn't thrill me. I learned in playing that I'm not a Mario Karter. It's okay, but I don't like the controls. And I can play racing games, but I don't like the My problem with the karting game is that I do not like the drift sprint boost mechanic. And I think I said that to Snip at the time, and his response was, yeah, that's the whole foundation of the genre. So that tells me the genre ain't for me. Was it you? I don't remember. I know I had that conversation with somebody. It might not have been you if it doesn't sound familiar. It could have been you, could have been Revalia, could have been Sam, could have been someone else. But if it sounds familiar, then... Yeah. Okay, well, first of all, I need to not fuck up bounce 1. So far, so good. That was less good. That was real bad. Okay, now we're starting to get into a bullshit scenario, but I'm gonna keep going for practice. I think I just need to take a second bounce on that one. Damn it! Okay, I'm definitely not winning this. You would say that CTR puts more emphasis on the drift boosting than Mario Kart. There's a reason why people miss CTR specifically, and it's because of the yeah. Okay, well, I mean, that tells me that yeah, CTR is probably not for me in the strictest sense. I didn't hate it, it just, you know, I was like, I would love this game so much more if that mechanic wasn't in it. Which says to me that I would love the game so much more if it was a different game. Oh, that was so much better. Oh my god, what? I hit it! No idea, man. I have no idea how we get over you. Oh, fuck, how do we get over you? Like that. These guys are a problem. Okay, I've gotten better at that part. Alright, got you. That's great. Okay, gotcha. Don't have to kill him, just need to get past him. Got him. Let that go down. Let that go down. Phew. 59 seconds. How good is that? That is Sapphire. Yeah, not surprised. Again, how close am I is the question. Not particularly. There was one time where you were drift boosting at a friend's house and they complained afterwards that you taught their CPUs to drift boost because he reckons that they started doing it more often afterwards, and to this day you're not sure if that's real or not. It seems like the sort of thing that might possibly be real because Naughty Dog was known as a pioneer of dynamic difficulty. They put into Crash 2 and 3 subtle adjustments. If you die a lot, I don't know if it happens in this game, or at least it didn't in the original. If you die a lot in Crash 2 and 3, eventually, if you die in the same spot often enough, when you respawn, you'll get masks for free. And then if you die enough times, sometimes an additional checkpoint will show up in the middle that isn't there by default. So they had a system for quietly helping players get past struggle points by lowering the barrier. So perhaps the AI gets smarter when you start demonstrating advanced techniques in the racing game. That sounds like something they could do. However, it could also very easily be bullshit. You rented a Crash game once as a child. You did not enjoy it then, and watching this now, you still wouldn't. Yeah. I'm not hating this. If I hated it, I would not have decided to stream it. I definitely prefer Spyro. I think Spyro's a lot more completable, a lot more relaxing, but it really depends on what you're going for. Like, these relics, again, are a bonus. Like, if we were playing the original, I wouldn't have these. I'd be much further along the game already, just by virtue of not having that challenge dangled in my face. I'm going to leave that as Sapphire, because 6 seconds is a lot, and it would take us quite a while to narrow that down. So that's something we can come back and do later. Basically, I think this strategy of do the relic after the stage, but don't tie myself to it. I mean, so far I've got 1 gold, 1 plat, and 1 sapphire, just randomly. Anyway, this is the second level in the game that we can actually finish now. Yay. We can break all the boxes here, and this is also a famous level. This is the first backwards walking boulder chasing, or being chased by a boulder level. This is the one that was adapted into Uncharted 4, if you've played that. There was a sequence where the main characters boot up an actual fake PlayStation and play an actual fake Crash Bandicoot, and they put that level in, so, you know. We got an arrow full of Wumpa fruit, as if to say, hey, dickhead, go this way. As we come down here, so does the boulder. Now I need to find all 16 boxes, which isn't very bloody many. Other thing that's different about this version, those bounce blocks, in original Crash 1, you had to bounce on them 10 times each to get all the fruit out of them and to make them blow up. Then in the sequel, they were like, well, that's tedious, so they lowered it to 5, and that's kept here, because it was a really good change. If 16 boxes sounds really, really low, that's because it is, but this is a fairly basic level meant to introduce the boulder mechanic. There'll be a tougher and scarier one later. Checkpoint! Okay. There we go, we got all the boxes. Mother of God! Alright, there we go. Whew! No deaths, perfect run. But again, it's kind of an easy level. The whole point of that level was to surprise you with what was at the time a fantastic, weird mechanic. So they don't go hard on it. Second one, it's not great. Every level in this game, I think, has a counterpart. Like, there's 2 versions of every level in this game. So you'll get the harder version of the same concept later on. Although in some cases, both are pretty hard. In this case, yeah. Easy boulder is easy. That's true. But I would have gotten that. Because I didn't die. That boulder did not get me. 10% complete already. So that would have been alright. Bong, bong. Bong, bong. Bong, bong. 10%. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Now, the relic is strange because this level is kind of time-based to begin with. So retroactively applying a relic to it is weird. But here we go. I don't like that I missed one. But it's only a second. Surely I'm not going to be off for gold relic by 1 second. That would just be cruel. Right? Gold. That is the first and probably only first try gold. Which means we don't have to do it again. I'm not doing any platinum attempts unless I get one like I did in Jungle Rollers where it just happens while I'm going for gold. Platinum is... fuck off. Platinum is 47.48. I got 47.83. It was the fucking box, guys. All right, now we're gonna do that again. We're gonna do that. Come on, I gotta get. Look, if I still get just gold, that was awkward. Let's try that again. If I still get just gold, then I'm not gonna try again. But I gotta get all the boxes. Why don't you fuck yourself, hey? That time I got the box. $47.06. There we go. Better. You also hit one pole on the way. Does that slow you? I don't know. Like, I guess a little bit. And you did a back step to pick up the 3-second box. I did that again here, and it didn't stop me. All right, that's 2 plats. 2 plats already. Not that that's a particularly difficult plat. It's probably the easiest plat in the game, to be fair. But I am taking it nonetheless. And notably, no change to the percentage, because, yeah, plats are not required. Well, they're not required. No, the relics aren't required. They, I believe in Warped, when they were introduced, Sapphire relics give you, like, unlocks. There are missions that you unlock through Sapphire relics. Golds give you completion, but no material anything, and then Platinums give you nothing. Those are just for Dragon Guards. In these backdated games, there's nothing for Sapphires, because they didn't exist before. But the gold percentage threshold is still a fact. Anyway, upstream. We cannot obtain the clear gem in this one yet either. But we get our first instance of the sneaky Bandicoot backwards bullshit. Not that it's very sneaky, because they show you right here. But you always have to check behind the start of a level in case there's boxes out of the camera. And I like that they show you by having one just visible. That's it. Yeah, that was actually a worse run. That was a worse run. Except that I got the 1 second box, because I was at 47.0 when previously I was at 47.8 or something. So I saved a second. Without that second, I would have actually taken longer. Which part of that could be from, you know, the extra splits it took me to get the box, but hard to say. Anyway, 36 boxes here. Again, we can't get them all, so it doesn't matter, but still good to try and get as many as we can for thoroughness. And there, fish. And moving leaf obstacles. Look at these lily pads. Fuck! I think these lily pads fall. Oh, that was a death for anybody playing at home. Now these guys, they do eat you, but they eat you slowly, so you can use them as jumping pads for a brief moment. But you gotta get off. Which really makes them not much different from these lily pads, except you gotta be faster on those. Now the purple ones, they don't base their chomps on whether or not a Bandicoot is standing on them. They just go for it all the time. They don't have much object awareness, I guess. They're just hoping for the best. You can see these gem platforms down there. That's the area we can't access right now. And here is our bonus. Bye, Tona. Bye, Tona. I just got an achievement for spinning away an extra life. Because I spun the first box, which created the extra life, and then instead of picking up the extra life, I spun again to get the second box, which got me the extra life from the second box, but flung the first one away into the sunset, which would be bad, except that I got an achievement for it. So, good to know I don't need to get that one deliberately. Bang, bang, bang. Next up is the first boss, Papu Papu. Oh, he's a real clencher, this one. One of the Hall of Fame bosses. I don't know if we're going to make it out of this. You'll notice to the south there's also something off the beaten path. That wasn't in the original game. We'll see what it is in a moment. It's a very important addition to the game, I think. But wasn't there in the PlayStation 1, I can tell you that. Now, Papu Papu is just a man. He's the only boss, by the way, who isn't part of Cortex's schemes. Every boss in this game is an animal that has been mutated by Cortex to serve him, except for Papu Papu. Papu Papu is a dude who lives in this village. I think he's the elder or the chief or whatever. And he's angry because there's a Bandicoot in his house. That's his story. He's just a man. There he is. We're in his house. And he's not happy about that. And so you jump on his head. Or his back. That is quite an amount of visible arse for a kid's game. I didn't really notice it in the old graphics. But Jesus. Anyway, there he goes. Wasn't that tough? Achievement Papu Popped. Defeat Papu Papu. And that's it for Papu Papu, although he does show up in the racing game. Not sure how the cart manages to hold him, but good for him. Now what's this? Coco's Time Machine. Yeah, so Crash Bandicoot 1 had the girlfriend, Torna, who was more of an object than a character and was cut for the sequel. They decided to come up with a new female character, and they brought in Crash's sister, Coco, who, unlike Crash, speaks and is a nerd. Like, she has a laptop and she does hacking and stuff. The brains instead of the brawn. So she shows up in 2 as an NPC, and then in 3 they have some levels where you can play as her, but there are specific sort of vehicle levels. Crash does the normal running and jumping stuff. Only in the remake, they added her into the first one. And now we press this swap hero button, we can play the game as the better Bandicoot. For no other reason than that she's popular, and it's a nice feature to add. I don't remember that specifically in Crash of the Titans and Mind Over Mutant, but her characterization did fly around a bit. The later PS2 Crash games, where the developers were different and they were trying different experimental things, had a lot of strange stuff. Like there was another Bandicoot named Crunch, who was this older one. I don't think he was your brother necessarily, but like he was Cortex's experiment in one game where he created a big, strong, evil Bandicoot to fight you, and then at the end that Bandicoot sort of turns good, and after that he's basically Crash and Coco's older brother. But partway through the games, for some reason they change his characterization and turn him into a parody of Mr. T. Like, he isn't that in his original. He's fairly normal, down-to-earth, evil Bandicoot, right? But then all of a sudden he's doing Mr. T quotes a few games later. And Coco didn't change too much at that point, but she did have weird dialogue. Like, in, I think, the PS2 racing game, which wasn't as popular as the original, they really played up the gamer nerd angle of her, and so she would use 2000s slang like rock sores. Also note that Coco can't fight Papu Papu for some reason. Yeah, there's some levels where Coco can't be swapped in. Papu Papu's one of them, I guess. Yeah, they also had some strange language choices. There's a scene in, I think it's Titans, There is a scene in one of them, very late, PS2, where Cortex... Yeah, it's the game where Cortex's niece, Nina Cortex, has taken over the bad guy stuff and sidelined her uncle. And betrayed him. And at the end, he's like... He says to her that he can't be mad at her because he's kind of proud of her for doing evil, nefarious stuff. And he calls her a skank. And I think the writer thought that that word was like, you know, an evil snake, like a conniving, like just like a word for dastardly, nefarious, bad person, right? Which is not the case. Skank doesn't quite land that way. So, but it's presented within the scene as totally appropriate, and if anything, he's complimenting her by calling her a skank. Yeah. It's funny. Look it up. Anyway, we got Coco now. We can go into Rolling Stones. This music doesn't sound like the Rolling Stones, but take our word for it. This is, I believe, the second Jungle Rollers type level. So it's the first level type where we get the second one. You cannot obtain the clear gem here either. We need a blue gem from a later level. So this is another one that we can't complete. A lot of ones we can't complete at the beginning. But yeah, Coco has her laptop with her. Pink and covered in stickers. But otherwise, she is just Crash. She's got the same capabilities. It's just a skin. Yeah, it's called Rolling Stones because of these. It's the same as Jungle Rollers. It's the stuff that goes back and forth as an obstacle. Alright, there's two bonuses. There's a Brio bonus round in this one, which is an unusual... Well, fuck. Which is an unusual alternate bonus. That would be another death. Yeah, there's nothing up there, okay. Oh, it was this one over there. But anyway, we got Ood Boog. No holds barred. Defeat 5 enemies with Coco's spin. Yeah, so there's an achievement for playing as Coco. That's nice. You gonna hurt me? Balls. Two more of the Brios and one more her. I don't think it could be 5 at once. I don't think there were. I don't think there's very often 5 on screen. Nothing up there. Paranoid enough to check, you know. And they really are lemmings. I don't see why the extra lives should be crash faces here. Hi there, I've never met you before, but you're important to my brother, I guess. Oh, away you go. It looks like I did a poly kill back there. Well, so long as I didn't do a poly kill. Oh, baby boo. Well, now that's not good. See, I knew it, because I remember having that exact problem when I played this on PlayStation 1. I went through this level and I did not find the Brio bones. And I had to come back, and there was something I missed that was early, and I think it was up in the air. I do find it a bit insane that Coco is shielding herself with her laptop, because that thing can break. Also, it occurs to me I didn't try to relic upstream. We can maybe do that, but let's, for the moment, I want to try and get this bonus level that I didn't get. There's Ood Boog. Now, I think... I don't think... I think the bonus is there. It blew up because of the TNT. I remembered enough that there was a problem, but I didn't remember how to fix the problem until I gave it some thought. In my head, I thought it was up in the sky, up... Oh, God. Well, I hope that didn't take something away from me, but anyway. Well, there's this one. I don't think it counts when you die in a bonus level. It doesn't lose you a life, at least. Depends on whether we count it or not. Also, I should probably alter the text now to say Crash and Coco have died, rather than just Crash himself. But again, I can do that later. 69 fruit. What the fuck? How am I still at 2? I got it! Okay, there must be another one that I did. Maybe it was the mask stuff. I need to find this fucking thing. That's one of hers. Yeah, that time I missed that one. Okay, the good news is we know where they all are now. Because the third one's easy because it's got the teleporter next to it. Okay, we have 2 out of 3 of both of them, which means that the last ones will be easy because they have the teleporters next to them. Sadly, we lose Oodboog while we go on a bonus. But hey, it's not like this isn't one we're unfamiliar with and need extra help for. Not as many fruit this time. Probably because of the misstep with the bouncy boss. Alright! 3 Brio! No, this isn't relics. This is me trying to fix my bonus problem. Now, Brio bonuses suck. They are harder. As you can see. Balls! Good news is they're bonuses, so you just do them forever until you manage. Don't think we're counting this. Mostly because I think it would be too like that you die so fast in these. I think it would be too genuinely too difficult to have them all sorted. God, Jesus. I could make a relic death and a bonus death counter, but let's just stay up and... Oh, I died. I didn't do that. I didn't die then last time. I was like, why does that say 0? Fuck! Like, this is too much. I can't count this. If we were to count this, someone would have to go watch the VOD back to get it all sorted, which is too much unpaid labor for a funny little death counter, I think. I'm just gonna go over here. I don't need to be there for it. There we go. Hey, Brio. Then he blows himself up. If only it stuck. You know what's horrible? I'm gonna have to do that again one day. Because in order to fully get the gem in this level, I need to A, come back with the requirement from later in the game, and complete both bonuses. So you might ask why I even bothered. And the answer is I didn't think about that until after it was over. Time to get bonked on the head 6 times. Sorry, Coco. Maybe don't want to do a relic try for this one because we've just spent so much time in it. We could go back and do a relic try for upstream, though. Or we could just go straight on to Hog Wild! But let's do a relic try for upstream before we go to Hog Wild. So this turns that into nothing. Upstream's an awkward one, because of all the jumping and waiting that we have to do. But we'll see how it goes. Can we, no. That was worth trying, because that would save time. That was worth trying twice, because that would save time. Fuck off! Can't even spin that? Well, that's 3 deaths in this relic run so far. Four. Should have just kept going. Yeah, see? That's the one that kills me, 5. I'm wise to your tricks now, douche canoe. Keep on going! Should have gone ahead on that one, but doesn't matter. It's done now. $51.68. That is Sapphire. I got achievement for earning 5 relics, though. That's nice. I do not know how you improve that, because a lot of it is out of your control, though you improve it by not hesitating. 51 seconds. Gold is $49.95. That's close, but... So Hog Wild, unfortunately, won't let you play as Coco. Coco is not allowed to do the thing that happens in Hog Wild. When you see the thing that happens in Hog Wild, I can kind of understand why. Because I do not think that Coco would be willing to do what is done in Hog Wild. I do not think she is quite so reckless. Let's see what happens in Hog Wild. Fuck. Oh, that was a death. Alright, this guy can bite me. What the fuck? 2 deaths. Ba-na-na-na, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da. Alright, we're still here. Ba-na-na-na-na. 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 Alright, we got a clear gem. Our third clear gem. Ba-da-da-da. 19%. Now, how do we... Or how do you do a relic for this kind of mission? Well, it is a little weird. Because you are on rails at a set speed, but jumping affects it, hitting an obstacle affects it, and grabbing time crates affects it. That's about all I can think of. So this is either going to be very easy or very hard, depending on... I need some friends to set leaderboards. Is it going to be very easy or very hard? I don't know. 55 seconds for this half. There is a, another level I need to at least try the relic on as well. I need to remember the one we just did before. Rolling Stones. But yeah, there's no speed up the hog button to hold down for this. It's just go, go, go. There is no checkpoints, though, so... The fact that I died several times in the regular attempt is a bit concerning for my chances here. Fuck. Yeah, that guy. I don't like that guy. That guy sucks. That guy mean. That guy rude. That guy bad. That guy dumb. That guy shithead. If anybody else can come up with any other creative ways that are not a slur to tell that guy that he's a packet of assholes, feel free to chuck him in the chat. Na-na-na-na-na. Every fucking time. Every fucking time. That one dude seems to be the problem of this level. Because once I got past him, I didn't die again. Doesn't mean I won't, but yeah. It's a problem with both him and the box, I think. I could easily dodge him if I wasn't going for the box. I have no idea! Left? Far left? I'm trying to go to dodge right, and I'm just smacking him in the face. What the hell? That one's new. At least the music's catchy. You'll be hearing it in your nightmares for a month, but it's catchy. Oh my god! Left works. You do need to keep playing the game after you do it, though. If I had known left worked, I probably would have tried it a long time ago. Didn't look like it worked. I'm very tired of this. Just like to finish it though. I don't need a gold or a platinum. I want to reach the end of the level, you know? To prove I can, if nothing else. Oh! Platinum! Like I said, it was either going to be very easy or very hard. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. There's not much that they can do. It's a rail section. The speed... It's a rail section with insta-kills. Like, what, other than box hitting, and I hit every box, can alter how quickly you get there? I guess how much time you spend going left to right? I don't know. But I am not surprised that it's plat or nothing. Because, like, I don't know how you could have 3 speed tiers in this and have them work. And they have to make the platinum possible. So they have, like, surely they err on the side of achievable. But let's see what the times are. Yeah, 43. Oh, actually, that's... Wow. I am 3 seconds under plat threshold. Oh, that's... Okay, not quite 3 seconds. 91 versus 42. I'm two and a half seconds. That's a lot of seconds for Crash Bandicoot, though. Yeah, I think let's finish with an attempt on Rolling Stones, because it's the one that we've missed, because we... Basically what happens was I blew past upstream to fight Papu Papu and get Coco, and then I forgot, and I was one behind. I didn't even need the box from the guy who kept killing me. Thanks. But in the end, I figured out how to do it without being in trouble. Where is the timer? Oh, that's odd. The timer is over here. I would assume that none of these boxes matter for it. Okay, that's on me. I'm trying to get here so that I can check. Yeah, no, none of these are relevant. All right, that's all I needed to know. We did get a death there from the plant. Not a relic death, that was a me death. Motherfucker, bugger, balls. That was a relic death. I have no idea how that... It's like I didn't know which box to go for, so I decided to go for none of them. That is not valid. That is the worst possible answer, Coco. Oh my god! Forward is the direction I was intending for you to jump, girl! Not pitward. Wait, is there another? There is another one up there, but what is it? It is time, I think. I heard it tick. I don't know. We can't see it. Maybe it was the sound of the time unfreezing. I don't know. Damn it! Need to stop doing that. I don't know if we need Aku Aku triple on this one or not. We definitely need to not do that. Oh my god. Oh. That's good, because that solves the TNT plant issue. I think that will give me my time freezes. Yes. You don't have to break those crates. The TNT will break them for you. And you will get credit. It's not like the Brio thing where you have to pick it up. Whoa. Silly. Reloaded. Oh my god, stop that. Oh, so quick. Damn it. You get into the momentum. Oh my god, really? You get into the momentum and so you push boundaries and then you fail. 49-22, what's that? That is gold. That is enough. I don't need to do any better than that. That's great. And again, I will not be doing this at all in Crash Bandicoot 2 because of the speed shoes thing. But in this game, yeah, there's no downside to trying the relics right after doing the levels. So Upstream and Great Gate are the only ones I haven't golded. Which means they're the only ones I would conceivably need to come back to. Because I think it is probably a good idea to not go for platinums. Maybe when I've finished everything, maybe when I've 100%ed all 3 games, then I could be like, what platinums could I still go for that I want to? But you just need golds for 100%. So there's these 2, but we give Upstream one more go. I'm not too happy on Great Gate. That one's a demon for me. But Upstream might be possible. You can spin that fish. Very good. And then immediately lose your Udaboog. And then do the dumbest possible thing. Really? We fall off the log now. Okay. That is a new one. Oh my god, I can't fucking time, space. I knew I needed to wait, I just didn't do it! I think I was a little slower there because the fish was at a... Ah! Fish was at a different spot. Anyway... Get fucked. Why did the... Like, I clearly landed on it because it fell. But it was like... It has an actual weight distribution system. And it was like, well, I can't hold that. Ploomf. Which is kind of clever if so, but I'm still mad. Up and up and up and... Uh-oh! Oh! No, it's fine. We don't need triple, so we can actually... In fact, it is probably saving time to take a hit there. No, not there, though! Ooh, we're fine. Was that even better than last... Yes, it was. Got the gold! Okay, that's everything except Great Gate, which was 6 seconds. I don't feel like I want to go for that right now. I feel like I should be happy with the fact that I have golds in everything up to this point except that one. And I did a good chunk of video game in the process. We got 19%. That's annoying. It's a little annoying that it's 19%. But 19%, that's a fifth of the video game. It's probably the easiest fifth of the video game, but it's still a fifth of the video game. 2 quick hours, that's nice. I don't know that I'm going to try and relic on all that with this one, but... we'll do at least one more a real level. Dying a lot? This level is horrible. This is the second Great Gate style level. And I kind of just want to get it done. I'll have to come back for relics and things, but I kind of want to get the basic done. So I want to show you how much I hate it. And why. First, we have another one of those important turtles. Monkeys, more plants, more problems. That was silly. I don't know why I let that happen to me. Or that! Let me have these. And now that there's multiples, they're gonna be horrible. There we go. That was a death. A real death going before. Although you might be just waiting because you want to add them at once, I don't know. Bugger, it's one of these guys. Oh, okay, that's fine. Fire. So yeah, relicking this is going to be great. Oh dear. And then more of this shit. But hey, we get the bonus. Which I think is a checkpoint. Easy bonus. 5 bucks. This is... easy for people who are decent at video games. Hey, Tona. Bye, Tona. Okay. First you go up those. Then you go up this. Then you fall. You go up this. Then you go up this. And you don't go for that mask because I swear to God you will fall if you do. Then you regret not going for the mask because you die, but hey, at least there was a checkpoint. Then you realize you fucked yourself. Except no, you haven't, because of this secret. That lets you bypass a whole apocalyptic amount of boxless bullshit, and is really quite nice. There's no downside to taking that every time. Christ alive. Even in the relic, you do this. Especially in the relic. In fact, I don't think I've ever done that path normally. Which doesn't say a lot because I've only played the game once. But, like, you know. In that one time, I did not do that path normally. Fuck! But you weren't... I thought you were... Fuckity balls! Oh, come on! Fuckity! Oh. You have to, though, because they're alternating. You have to jump during the small fire. Or maybe not. What is happening there? Oh, whatever, we're done. Oh, because of the slowdown, my timing! Ah! Got him. An extra life I'll take. Though I think I got rid of one of them. Oh, for fuck's... This is such a good video game, guys. One extra life, the rest was free. Okay. Just gonna wait for this. Isn't this gonna be so much fun to relic? I've died so much it's given me a free mask. Which wasn't in Crash 1 originally. They've added that, evidently. See if I can die enough times it gives me 2 masks. Shit, too early. This is what we call tilt. Fuck. Incredible. Good news is I picked up a lot of lives. I don't think that was a checkpoint before. I think that's a pity checkpoint. Christ alive. There isn't enough time! Do I have to be in the air for one of the blasts? I don't think that works. I think it lasts too long for that. See? I don't know how you deal with that. You gotta start before it finishes, I guess. Yeah, there we go. There's a secret in the middle flame. I don't think you're... Huh. Right, that one's not a traveling one. But that does save you, yes. Look at me. Well, I got an extra life. That helped. When I immediately lost it. Oh, Jesus. I would have been better off if I hadn't gone back for that. There. And now more of this shit. Also, if you notice, the level hasn't ended yet like most would by now. Anyway, there's 4 extra lives because they know what they just put you through. So we got that for us at least. And this is another level where you need to come back later, I believe. God damn it. Right? Yeah. You cannot obtain the clear gem without the red gem from the level Slippery Climb. This is why I hate these. Because if you fall, you are falling the whole way and you're doing the whole jump up again. But yeah, there's more boxes to get, so we will have to do this again in its full totality. At some point. I do not think the time trial for this one is going to be fun. But hey! We get to the second island off of that. Time trial is 2 minutes and 55 seconds. Admittedly, that is a lot. But that's only for Sapphire. I got no idea. I'm petrified of the relic for this. I may not even do it at all. Because again, it is totally optional. It's just completion points. It doesn't... Nothing relies on it being an optional objective. But we get past the 20% mark. We're at 21 now. We got 7 relics, 3 gems. Because of how many times it's been like, no gem for you. Because we need to get the colorful gems, which take a while to show up. I think one's coming soon. Anyway, how to double the playtime of your game. Force the player to play it twice. Yeah, great. But it's just super early on, because like once every colored gem unlocks at least one of these, and they just throw them at you in the beginning, I guess, so that they have a lot saved up for when you start to get them, so they can reward you by, you know, sending you on a backtracking trip. Anyway, saved. I'm going to call it there for the first stream. But by my percentage, it would suggest that I can do this in 5 streams. I don't think so. I think it'll take longer because the game, surprisingly enough, gets more difficult as you progress through it. But as a starting experience goes, I didn't do too badly. The best news about Crash Bandicoot as a trilogy is that the first game is the hardest. So once you're past it, it's not as bad. However, it is relative. There are definitely things in 2 and 3 that work. And I have no idea what sort of insane changes will be in place as well. Some of them might become much harder just because of the engine difference. Spyro died 103 times in the first game, 33 times in the second, 68 times in the third. So far, Crash has died... Crash is on... I think Crash is going to beat Spyro for deaths. What was the final count for times died in Relic Runs? Because I can make a separate tracker for that, and then we can start keeping it. We died 31 times today. Yeah, that's almost as many as I died in Spyro 2 all up. 28 times in Relics. Okay, that's good to know. And I think we don't count bonuses because they're so quick. And all of the bonuses are just pits. So it's like the deaths are kind of artificially inflated by them, I think. Well, I did get 9% of the achievements. I got 7 out of 74. Of course, that includes all of the basic ones that a lot of people got. The rarest achievement I got was earn 5 relics, actually, because that's 8%. Most people clearly don't give a fuck about them. Fair enough. Alright. I'll be back on the weekend. There might be a night this weekend that I don't stream. I need to check in with Mew about that, because normally I see her on Fridays, but I think we might be delaying it this week. You think, not counting relics, that Crash will die more times in Crash 1 than Spyro in all of Reignited? I agree. And I think that's a testament to the game, not to anything else. But yeah, I'll be back when I am sure about the weekend situation. So it might be Sunday, it might be Saturday. Anyway, fare thee well. And yeah, no, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with that. That could have gone a lot worse. Fare thee well.